Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. When the Governing Council of American University of Nigeria, AUN, Yola, in Adamawa State, led by former Senator Ben Obi, appointed by Juan Pristin Fraser as the new president of the school on March 27, 2023, it gave the impression that the recruitment exercise complied with Nigerian regulations, particularly the guidelines set by the National University Commission (NUC). However, the available information exclusively obtained by FIG faults the process and demonstrates that Fraser possessed far lower than the minimum qualifications expected of a chief executive officer of any Nigerian university. At AUN, an institution founded by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, a CEO is known as President, an American model that is equivalent to the British-styled Vice Chancellor system in Nigeria. This is the NUC guidelines, there shall be appointed for every private university a Vice Chancellor who shall be a professor, says the Code of Governance for Private University in Nigeria in paragraph 10, sub 3.1. In addition to being a professor, a Vice Chancellor is someone with a track record of peer-reviewed academic publications in local and international journals, as well as proven human management experience. Fraser appears to have almost no known history of academic publications in journals. Until his appointment, the only peer-reviewed articles published to his credit were his PhD thesis published in March 2005 and one 2015 co-authored research. The publications are PhD thesis titled Job Satisfaction of International Educators, published in March 2005 and available to ResearchGate, an evolution of automatic ordering system in retail markets, analyzing inventory data, published in 2015 and available on Google Scholar. In October 2024, 22 months after his appointment, he published his second co-authored research titled Frugal Innovation and Entrepreneurial University, a case study of African First Development University in Africa. Theonesti Manishiwe and Azan Yusuf were his co-authors. Curiously, they were AUN staff. Aside from the publications above, most of the 39 other article titles, including conference presentations, referenced in his resume available on the school's website, archived here, were unpublished. In the academic world, published articles have greater ratings for ascending career ladders and contributing to knowledge distribution, but unpublished ones have far lesser recognition, with no realistic potential to drive knowledge and advancement. Not being a full professor, one wonders why the university's governing council considered it necessary to appoint him in violation of the NUC's Code of Governance. A source who does not want to be named told FIG. Nigerians who migrate to the United States in search of professional job opportunities are equally required to take examinations and certifications to qualify them for employment in the country. But in Nigeria, the reverse is the case, and clear regulatory guidelines are disregarded to foist incompetent people on critical institutions. Even if he was ever a professor in the United States of America, the source contended his research articles were not enough to qualify him to become a professor and lead any Nigerian university. The possession of requisite publications is a universal criterion for promotion to the rank of professor and associate professor in universities, said the source. If it can be assumed that he was an associate professor equivalent to a reader in the Nigerian university, in the US, the number of academic articles authored or co-authored by him, which were 2 in total as of his appointment date, cannot qualify him to be conferred with professorship and appointed a vice chancellor in Nigeria under the NUC regulations. Where the word shall is used in a regulatory instrument, Compliance is not discriminationary, but mandatory. So the issue here is that Fraser was not conferred with the ranks of professor anywhere before being appointed a vice chancellor in Nigeria. Again, assuming that he was conferred with professorship anywhere before becoming a vice chancellor in Nigeria, his academic publications have not met the standard for the conferment of professorships in Nigeria. The NUC prohibits the grant of professorships on mere length of years of teaching. So does the NUC apply lower standards to foreigners employed in the Nigerian university systems? And does the United States also apply lower standards to employ Nigerians in its university system? We do not think that there is any academic in Nigeria or anywhere in the world who was promoted to the rank of professor with only 2 co-authored publications. Fraser is an African national who had held various academic positions in the United States until his latest appointment in Nigeria. His publicly available work history straddled 2 institutions. He graduated from Campbellsville University, CU, in 1998 and worked there between 2005 and 2007 as an assistant professor of international studies. He was then posted as a senior vice president for international programs at Upper Lower University, UIU, in Fayette, Iowa, where he worked for 3 years. Writing about him, the IWC said, Fraser comes from Campbellsville University in Campbellsville, KY, where from 2005 to the present, he has worked as an associate vice president of academic affairs, dean of a graduate school, and associate professor of international studies. In the American setting, ranking system for academics starts from assistant professor to associate professor and professor. That system is completely different in Nigeria. Academics are promoted from lecturer, assistant lecturer, lecturer 1 and lecturer 2, to senior lecturer, to reader, to professor, according to Gafar Amoka, a professor of physics at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. The criteria to become an associate professor in the American system are lower than the criteria to become a reader in the British system, Amoka said in a Facebook post on August 29, 2024. In 2010, Fraser returned to CU as an associate vice president for academic affairs. In 2015, he took up a new job at the Iowa Wesleyan College, IWC, as provost. During his tenure, the 181-year-old private university ran into a significant financial crisis and publicized its permanent closure on March 28, 2023. The shutdown announcement and his appointment dates by AUN were just a day apart. In his profile, Fraser boasted of strategically increasing the defunct school's enrollment, but did not mention how the school lost its fiscal viability under his leadership. Before press time, Fraser had not responded to 7 questions FIJ sent to him on May 6. He acknowledged the test, promising to respond in the next few days. This is something perpetrated by dishonest people at the university, but nevertheless, we will contact you in the next few days. I am disappointed that a journalist of your caliber is not vetting your source who messaged you to start. Fraser wrote in response to FIJ's text, seeking answers to the questions. Reminders were sent to him on May 7 and on Monday. When he responded on Monday, he said he was a full professor. Again, he promised to respond soon. I am obviously a full professor and have contracted to prove it. You can't be a provost without it, but will respond soon as it's graduation week, and that is the hardest tie of the year, he said. The 6th president of AUN failed to respond to follow-up tests asking him to be specific about his response time. FIJ sent a comprehensive email to the governing council on May 6, but no response was received at press time. On the same day, a call was placed across to the council chairman. On the first dial, his line went through and he responded, but the call abruptly ended. Subsequently, the line became unreachable. What are your thoughts and your opinions? Let us have them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.